So if you have a model that's maybe mid-cycle, 2-3 years in, it's not quite ready for an all-new overhaul, but you want to get people looking at it again, what do you typically do? Well, automakers like to create a new trim level. Sometimes if it's a vehicle designed for off-roading, you add a more adventuresome trim. If it's more meant for families, what do? You add a luxury trim, and that's what we see here with the Chrysler Pacifica. First launched in 2017. For 2022, they have a new Pinnacle trim. It's full of luxury appointments. It's their top of the end for those who need the family but also want a little bit of bling. That's what we're going to take a look at on this latest review. So why does Chrysler want to create a luxury top-end trim with the Pacifica? Well, I mean, the category itself is not what it once was. There's only 4 or 5 players that really still exist that are selling anything, and most of them are in the mainline brands. I mean, there is Mercedes, of course, who has a Metris, but it's not a luxury Mercedes minivan. It's more daily hauler. And there's the EQV, which is an electric luxury Mercedes minivan, but that's a European so far version. We haven't seen it here. So of the minivans that still exists, you've got your Sienna, you've got your new Kia Carnival, you've got your Odyssey, you've got your Pacifica, and there really isn't, like, there's no luxury equivalence. There isn't an Acura version of the Odyssey. There isn't a Lexus version of the Sienna. So you're working within the brand and you're trying to create a variety of offerings. The Chrysler Pacifica Pinnacle for 2022 is available both in the gasoline only and the hybrid power trim. I'm in the hybrid power trim, and one of the differentiators between the two is we now have all-wheel drive available in the gas only Pacifica, but not in the hybrid. It is only front wheel drive, and that's a bit of a disadvantage right now, only because the newly launched Toyota Sienna, which is all-wheel drive and is hybrid as standard. It's not plug-in hybrid, but it is nonetheless a hybrid. So if you're looking for a minivan with high fuel efficiency or some sort of electrification and all-wheel drive, then the Sienna right now has the edge there. As I noted, this Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid is a plug-in hybrid, and that means it will be able to go periods of driving on EV only. You do actually have to plug it in. I've been averaging about 60 to 65 kilometers or so of EV only range in my week. On the US media site, it says it has 30 plus miles of EV only range. It's generally true to that. And it's one of the larger EV-only ranges for plug-in hybrids of 3 rows or 7 seats. So it has, it's effective in that regard. I mean, if you think about it as to how minivans are often used as a family vehicle, sometimes it may not be the primary vehicle in a home. It's often used as the family hauler. There aren't a lot of days, to be honest, that you'll drive more than the EV-only range with this. And I know a number of Pacifica Hybrid owners who have said that they've typically only had to fill up the gas tank once a month, just because the daily drive, I mean, you know, you're not often doing 30 miles of, you know, typical minivan, you know, taking the kids to school or to practice or stuff like that. And in the end, you're just, you know, not needing to use the gas all that much, which really makes it for a very effective, fuel-efficient, and cost-effective family hauler. If you ask my kids, one of the favorite things they love about this Pinnacle, and it's been in other top-end trims of the Pacifica before, is the seatback entertainment systems, which are attached to the second row. The screens are behind these seats here, and people in the second row can enjoy it. And it's not just, you know, your old DVD or Blu-ray player. It's also the whole games feature. I mean, they play Sudoku, and you can play like tic-tac-toe with each other, and it's they've always really enjoyed that. I mean, I've reviewed this vehicle more than once. I've taken it camping a couple times, and on those long journeys, it's always been one of those really preferred. Even nowadays, my kids are older. I mean, they're 19. I got 17-year-old twins and a 12-year-old, but they still love playing games with each other in the back row. by launching the Pinnacle trim with this Pacifica, I don't think Chrysler is anticipating it's going to be the volume seller. There's always more of a big bulge in the middle of the trim line, so the Limited is probably where most of the sales will continue to be. But look, there is an audience. There is going to be a market for those who just, look, the reality is a vehicle like minivans still meet their needs, but maybe they're at a position where they can afford something nicer. They want a little more appointments. They want a softer ride, a more luxurious ride overall. And that's what this vehicle does. It's really great that they offer it both in the gas and the e-hybrid version, because again, gives greater diversity and opportunities. And who knows, it could surprise people. It really is a nice ride. It's comfortable, and I know my kids enjoyed it, and I enjoyed driving it too. And I enjoyed bringing this little look at the Pinnacle Pacifica trim to you. That's it for this review. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me, so check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.